Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to, what is it, Wednesday? Wednesday's Market SITREP, or Situation Report, at TGO. That's Top Gun Options. I'm Matthew Buckley. My call sign, earned and loved, is Wiz. Well, we have closed, well, we haven't closed yet. The day ain't over yet. We are above the 200-day moving average on the S&P 500 for the first time since when? December. The last time we were above this 200-day moving average, what happened? All hell broke loose, and we went down. We took the window down, right? Markets tend to take escalators up and windows down. We jumped right out of the window the last time we were above here. So we're looking at a quadruple top. I think the first time in the history, in the 26, 27 years I've been doing this, really never seen a quadruple top in the market. So right here at 2,800 is our next level of potential resistance. But let's get to it real quick. Hey, apologize for not getting the weekly options, the joint weekly options and primary live trade brief replay and trades posted. WordPress, which is the site that is the guts or the engineering behind this site, came out with a new plugin, and it was almost physically impossible to figure out, so I had to get on with support and figure out how to post the damn images and this video, and it literally took them a day to get back to me. So my apologies. So everything is up here from our joint brief on Monday. Remember, keep in mind, I put a tight eject on the SDS bull put spread for the week, about a 20-cent eject. I said, hey, we might hit resistance here at the 200-day moving average and head lower. If we do, this is a good bull put spread. If we rally this week, I instead of doing my usual double the credit that I take in, which would have been about 26 cents potentially eject, I said, hey, man, I'm not even going to let it get that far. If we're going to rally, we're going to rally. And why are we rallying? For a couple of reasons, but let's get to some bigger strategic issues. China's really, it's the sleeper story that the liberal media ain't covering, folks. This is the issue, man. China's military buildup is just absolutely insane. Look at this, the UK. The UK is sending an aircraft carrier to China in a show of force for the first time like ever, which is nuts. But China's building and has built anti-satellite technology, anti-missile satellite technology to come after our satellites. This is the real issue, folks, is China's wish to strategically dominate not only the Asian region, but the world. And that's the sleeper story. Here's some other good news out of Iran. I don't know why this website isn't coming up. But Iran the other day released images from its secret underground city where they're building ballistic missile programs. Not a word out of Barack Hussein Obama. Maybe he can fly more unmarked airplanes with pallets of cash in them in the middle of the night to help them build more missiles in underground cities. That dude was an absolute disgrace. He literally was the Manchurian candidate. I can't even say that guy's name. Brazil, new government is promising Wall Street the moon. We love our EWZ trade. It's been doing well, and it obviously imploded, no pun intended, last week when Vale, the company that owned the dam down in Brazil, it came out that a lot of their executives were warned that that dam might break. It broke, killed about 100 people. Scores are still missing, and that was Vale is a big member on the Bovespa, the Brazilian Stock Exchange. So that imploded, had a little bit of a pop here. EWZ is still a good trade. But here's the story, man. Check out, and this is why the market's rallying. We predicted this. I said, hey, it is time to get long FXI. The iShares China Large Cap ETF almost up a full % today. We covered this last Monday in our weekly options and joint brief about getting long China. Why? We got something happen. Mnuchin and these guys look a little jet lagged from getting off the airplane, but Mnuchin's over in China. They got meetings starting tomorrow. I think we're going to see something, and the president might be meeting with Xi right up the street here in Palm Beach in a couple weeks. He's heading to North Korea. He's heading to Vietnam to meet with the North Korean leader. That's going to be bullish. And then we have a potential trade deal coming, guys. So U.S.-China trade optimism drives stocks higher. It is time to smoke the opium, guys. I've said, for the past month or two, markets don't do this. Markets did this. And I'm gonna brief you on an article here, a really good write-up on what's going to happen potentially next. But this is interesting. Afternoon rallies help power the 2019 stock rebound. Major indices have climbed in the final hour of trading several times in recent sessions. So instead of like we saw in November and December, the last hour of trading was very, very bearish. Now buyers are starting to step in. The institutions are starting to dip their toes back in the water. And institutions don't mind on missing out on a couple potential points of upside until upside is confirmed. But this is I'll say it once again, this 2,800 level is the resistance level that a lot of quote-unquote smart money is currently looking at. So they fully haven't jumped back in the pool yet, but they're starting to. This is interesting. After the State of the Union last week, the president's approval rating is at 52%. It's the highest since he's been elected. So it's very, very interesting because you got dudes like Howard Schultz. He can't even run as a Democrat. The guy that started Starbucks, he's too moderate to be a Democrat. It is going to be a phenomenally fun next 2 years as Democrats race to the left. They're all on their apology tour. They're all trying to kiss this bartender's ring from New York with her Green New Deal. She wants free Medicare, free college for everybody, but if the earth is going to end in 12 years, why would we pay into any of that? But anyway, Howard Schultz is like, hey, she wants to get rid of airplanes and cows, folks. You can't be this retarded and be taken seriously, but that's the new Democratic Party. Why am I talking about this? Because the president feels like he has some airspeed at his back. Love or hate the guy, you have got to say the speech that he gave was great. The State of the Union speech smoked every Democrat out from their hiding place. Can we all agree not to kill children after they're born? Cricket, cricket. Can we all agree that we should have border security? Cricket. Can we all agree that we will never be a socialist country? Cricket. Hey, there's more women in Congress than ever before. Yay! Oh! They all get up and dance around. So the only thing they clapped for was themselves. What a disgusting and disgraceful display out of those people. Anyway, here's what I was going to get to. Funds are being forced into the market at the most dangerous time. So this is what's interesting is the smart money, who has kind of been hesitant to get in here, is kind of being forced with rebalancing a bunch of other issues I'm going to brief at 1 o'clock in our accelerated retirement brief. They're being more or less forced into the market when it could be really, really bad. So as I've said recently, holding right below this 200-day moving average, we are at a precipice here. The market is either going to rip higher with a great potential to rip higher on a trade deal, or we're going to implode. I don't think that's going to happen anymore. I think Trump is going to do something. He's going to get a deal done in some shape or form, and the market's going to rally. Now, getting a deal done means nothing, to be honest with you. The market will rally and it'll put it behind us, but guess what? It's not going to be worth the paper it's written on. China could give a shit about trade. They care about taking over the rest of the Pacific, like the 600 miles they took back under Obama. They're going to take back Taiwan, and we have a defensive Taiwan agreement, which it'll be interesting to see when they try and take back Taiwan, what the president does. They're taking over space. It's crazy. So it's not going to be, any agreement's not going to be worth the paper it's written on. Does anybody listening to this brief think that China is going to stop stealing our intellectual property? There's no way on God's green earth they're going to. And what's the enforcement mechanism when they continue to steal stuff? Do we get into another trade war? Do we go to war? What do we do? So, folks, don't get me wrong. This is going to be a hold your nose rally. The Federal Reserve blinked when the market became a petulant child and had a taper tantrum. So the Fed's out of the way. The biggest thing on the horizon is China. And if Trump can put that to bed, short term, you have to be majorly bullish. Long term, I don't know, man. I like to use the term cautiously bullish. I'm always going to have one hand on the ejection handle getting ready for the downturn. And that's what's great about being an options trader is we can make money potentially whether the market is going up, down, or sideways. And if you want to take a test flight, like I said, hovering around this 200-day moving average here, we're either going to rip higher or head lower, and you got to know what you're doing in this market. Do me a favor, if you want to take a 7-day test flight into what we do here at Top Gun Options for only $38, all you need to do is head to go.topgunoptions.com/go-flight. Really easy to remember, go.topgunoptions.com/go-flight. And for $38, the price of a really bad Pinot Grigio, you can get airborne and get access to all of our live trade briefs Monday through Thursday. Okay? Speaking of that, I got to go get ready for our 1 o'clock accelerated retirement brief. So have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and God bless.